Welcome to the Pope's Point of View with your host, Elijah Burke.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Pope, and we're back. You know what we're back for? Not for the attack. Hell, he may be doing some attacking. As a matter of fact, I can promise you there is about to be a lot of attacking going on because this is part 2 of the sit-down interview series with Vince Russo. Hey, guys, I can't tell you it's a fantastic voyage, but nonetheless, sit back, relax, and buckle up because this thing is about to get wild.
And I'm like, no, bro, I'm not trying to run you out. I'm trying to position you correctly at this point in your career. So, of course, bro, they got into the ears of WCW management, you know, and next thing I know, Vince, we're going in a different direction. And I'm like, well, fine, bro, go in that different direction without me. I'm going home. You can continue to send me my paycheck every 2 weeks. And, you know, thank you very much. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, I mean, you talked about Flair. We did have the Flair burial in the desert. We did have the Flair heart attack, which, by the way, was still one of the most, in my opinion, over moments. I mean, it worked. Specifically speaking, that freaking mental hospital, you know, and I don't know if that's a testament to you or a testament to Flair, a testament to both of you.
I think that was before me, bro.
The mental hospital.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so we have that. Did you really look? I love Billy Kidman. I know he's still, I think, with WWF. Did you really think that Billy could get over with the Hogan thing? And I'm done with WCW, really. But did you think Billy could get over?
If Hogan wouldn't have fought it? Okay. See, bro, here's what I think happened. A lot of I'm trying to work a little bit off of what people are talking about. And Hogan did an interview as a shoot and said something about
flea market.
Yeah, and bro, that really pissed him off. I mean, that really pissed him off. So I'm like, okay, let's go with this. Now, he's, bro, he Billy Kidman, really's got a heel side to him. Bro, he had a hot wife at the time.
Yeah,
really cocky, could cut a promo. Bro, if Hulk would have been on board with it and wanted to get Billy over, he would have got Billy over. Okay. Hulk didn't want to get Billy over, bro. And at the end of the day, Hulk wouldn't put Billy over. So when you run into a situation like that, it's not going to work the way you want it to work.
Last thing on WCW then, again, you said you took your ball, you went home. They got into the ears, they changed things, and we're going in a different direction. Okay, so Vince goes home. But before we depart from WCW, because guys, again, we don't have to talk all the other stuff that's been covered. I want to talk the stuff that we don't hear enough about. Don't need to talk Bash at the Beach. Don't need to talk him and Hogan, as in Vince and Hogan. I don't care about all that because it's enough out there already. But here's something, Vince, that has been talked about for years. You may be aware, you may not be aware, you may know, you may not know. So I have to ask, though, because you're talking to a black man that was made aware then and when I got into business. I heard the rumors, I heard the rumblings, that was it indeed factual or partially factual that black and non-white talent started getting more opportunities in WCW during your time there towards the end, due to a racial lawsuit that was being
absolute, Pope, and I would never ever lie to you. Absolute bullshit.
Okay.
Bullshit. Bro, first of all, whatever was going on in that lawsuit, lawyers or WCW management, they never came to the creative team and said, hey guys, listen, man, they're about to win $10 million. You need to start putting black people. That never, ever happened. That whole lawsuit, bro, I don't know how you tie that into creative. I don't know.
Well, all of a sudden you had Booker as champion, you had Stevie Ray on commentary, you had the Cat as commissioner, things that we weren't seeing black people.
Bro, let me tell you, look at those three guys you just mentioned. What did I tell you at the beginning of it? What did I tell you at the beginning of this interview? I love characters. Yeah. Pope, my right hand to our Lord and Savior.
Oh, I believe you. That's why I'm asking.
I walked in, bro. I walked into a creative meeting one week. There was probably 6 people at the table. Disco was one of those people. Okay, Disco will confirm. Disco, Ed, Terry Taylor was there. I think Jeremy Borash was there. Whoever. There was about 8 people, 8 people at the table. Bro, I walked in that office. I walked in that meeting. I said, if you could put the WCW title on anybody in this company right now, who would it be? Every single one said Booker T. Bro, it wasn't 6'2", 7'1", 5. Everyone. Unanimous. And when everybody said Booker T, I stood, I was standing, they were sitting. I was like, then why aren't we putting them? Why isn't the title on Booker T? And we did it.
Right.
Because of that meeting, we did it, bro. Bro, the Cat. Bro, let me tell you something, Pope. If we want to get real for a second. For 25 years now, what's his name, bro? I can't even think of his name now. Who used to manage Pope? Sonny Ono.
Okay.
For 25 years, Sonny Ono has been dragging Vince Russo through the mud of what a racist I am. Bro, supposedly, bro, I'm racist, not against black people. I'm racist against Japanese people. Bro, why I would be racist against Japanese people? I have I try to think of ideas. Like, Vince, why wouldn't you like Japanese people? There are no ideas. But, bro, 25 years, this man has been calling me a racist. Bro, do you know why? Do you know why? Because my first conversation with Cat, when I used to watch Ernest Miller, and I'm like, this guy, before I was in WWE, I'm like, this guy's the most talented guy on the show. What are we doing with this guy? Bro, my first conversation with the Cat in a parking lot was, bro, why do you have a manager? You are the best talker on this show. Why do you, bro? Sonny Ono was his manager. And it was nothing against Sonny Ono. The Cat didn't need a freaking manager. So because now Sonny Ono wasn't the Cat's manager. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's because Vince is racist against Japanese wrestlers. Really, bro? Really? No, bro. And Stevie Ray, bro, why do you think I do a podcast with Stevie Ray of people 25 years? Stevie, bro, I put Juventud Guerrero on freaking commentary. This is entertaining shit. Bro, Stevie, bro, hey, bro, let me tell you, how well do you know Stevie Ray?
I've met, I know Stevie, I've met him, talked to him, hung out plenty of times, but I'm not in there like that.
Bro, let me tell you something. I love Booker to death. Bro,
more Booker than Stevie.
My most proudest moment in everything I did in my career was putting that title on Booker T because he deserved it. And bro, I got sued for it. I paid the price for putting that title on Booker T. But Hulk Hogan did everything he possibly could for that not to happen. I got sued, the whole 9 yards. But my point that I'm trying to make is, bro, Stevie Ray is every bit as talented as Booker T. The reason Stevie Ray is not at the WWE is because that's the difference between Booker and Stevie. Bro, Stevie ain't going to play no bullshit politics.
I love it.
He ain't gonna play no bull.
Thank you for sharing that.
He is still hot about the Booker T, Steve Austin angle. He ain't gonna. And bro, it is very important to Stevie how he is portrayed as an African American. Yep. You're not gonna stereotype me. You're not gonna make. That's why he's not there. It's got nothing to do with talent, bro. Stevie Ray is every bit as talented as Booker T, bro.
Yeah, man, you talk about stereotype, and listen, you're in TNA, and now fandom meets reality. Pope, finally, out of all these years of, all the way back to the mid-90s, watching wrestling, becoming familiar with Vic Venom, becoming familiar with Vince Russo as the powers that be and the great writer and the controversial writer. Now Pope comes face to face with Vince Russo in TNA. And now you went over to TNA and you made a lot of things happen in Pope's opinion, including Pope, which we'll get to in a moment. But a lot of things you did there. You took a weekly pay-per-view program to national television, whether you did or not, you were writing, and you were the head writer. And in doing so, with your Crash TV writing per se, kind of sort of, you took TNA to 1 million viewers. Hold on, I'm gonna get there.
Okay,
1 million viewers consistently garnering its biggest rating with that empty arena match with Sting and Kurt Angle, over 2 million, which was the biggest rating before Hogan had came, if I'm correct, with his rate. But so Vince, you did with your writing what a lot of people said could not be done, and you made it happen with a mom and pop promotion known as TNA.
I crack up when I hear. I swear to God, bro. I killed WCW. TNA was a failure, bro. 2 million people were watching TNA.
Right.
How many people are watching TNA today? 2.
AEW, you mean?
Yeah, and TNA. How many people are watching?
Yeah,
bro. 2 million people on Spike. Not on the USA Network, bro. Not on Fox. Yeah. On Spike. But again, bro. Oh yeah, Vince Russo, big failure at TNA. That's a failure, bro. Come on.
But we look at where we are today, and 700,000 to 800,000 on a weekly basis for a main show is considered a success
on TBS.
On TBS.
What would that show be doing on Spike?
It'd be a lot less, I would imagine.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
What up, peeps? It's your boy Pope. If you are listening and enjoying Pope's Point of View with Elijah Burke, be sure to go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Springer, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts to subscribe today. Let's tell this real quick. We're winding down now, but again, I come face to face with Vince Russo for the first time, TNA Soundstage, and I just have a match with Sean Spears inside the arena, dark match, and they're going to bring Elijah Burke to TNA, and this is why I have so much respect. Now again. Clearly, even in my talking to Vince here, y'all can hear and have heard me give my thoughts and share so I don't agree with everything. I don't think he agrees with everything, Pope, either. We're humans and we have our own minds and we have our own thought process, okay? What works for him may not work for me. And I'll talk about the stereotype in a moment. And let me get to it right now. Well, hell no. Let me just continue. So they're going to bring Elijah Burke in, and I go out to Vince. This is when you say, Vince, earlier, you got to take your balls and put it in your hands. Okay. And I did that. I had this DVD and I saw Vince he's always walking, and he's walking
Always
so
walk. I'm
fast.
still doing that, bro. My wife's always getting on. I walk 10 feet in front of my wife everywhere.
It's like, bro, slow down. And I'm like, Vince. And it's like, yo, what's up, bro? I say, Vince, could you please? Because Jim Cornette goes, oh, great. So they're going to bring you in. What are you going to be? You're going to be a heel? You're going to be a face? I'm like, they say they want me this. He's like, what? They say they want to use you. I'm like, okay. So I get done talking to Jim Cornette, but then I see Vince Russo. And I run and I grab my DVD because I saw him just walk in to the soundstage. I go to the locker room because I had my DVD with me. And then I grab it, and as I'm coming back to the soundstage, poof, here comes Vince, heading back to the office. And I stop him, Vince. And I say, Vince, please, could you just take a moment? This is 4 minutes. Could you take a moment and go watch this character of mine? And Vince goes, no problem, bro. I'll go do it. I say, Vince, please do it. He's like, bro, I'm going to go do it right now, bro. I'm going to go put it. And you know what, guys? To all my Pope point of viewers, he did. He went straight into whatever he had planned, whatever business he was taking care of. He paused, he went in, he put the DVD in, and then I see him bust back out through the door in the same manner, and he's power walking towards me. He's like, bro, he's not even 10 feet in front of me yet, and he's screaming, bro, you have to do this, bro. He gets in front of me. He goes, thank you for letting me see. Say, bro, you have to be the Pope, bro. Whatever they had, forget Elijah Burke, bro. Yeah. You're the Pope, and I already got the name De Niro because the Pope is money, bro. Thank you for showing me this. You're the Pope at the pay-per-view.
There we go.
Just like that.
There we go, bro.
So I always love to, again, for everybody that have said that, oh, Vince didn't have anything to do with The Rock, or Vince didn't have anything to do with Stone Cold and any other character that got over during Vince's time, I call BS because I know what Vince did for Pope. You know what Vince did for Pope? Vince said, bro, you do Pope, bro. I'm a 40-something-year-old Italian. Yeah. I don't know what the Pope is going to say. I don't know how the Pope, you be Pope, bro. And every time Vince wrote me in for any segment, especially when it came to the microphone, Vince just said, bro, this is what I wrote. You be Pope, bro.
Bro, you do know what else happened down the pike with the Pope, right?
No.
Yeah, you do.
You talking about the title situation?
Yeah, well, I want to hear your like what you've heard, like what
I can tell you what I know. And again, I do know it was politics that came into play. But I'm sitting in St. Louis. I talked to you at the final TNA Impact taping before our big show in St. Louis, I believe, at the lockdown. And I said, Vince, is it okay for me to fly my family out? He said, yeah. I say, sure, Vince. Yeah, bro, bring them. It's your day. Like, it's going to be big. Like, cool. So I fly Mama Pope and my brother out because I wanted family to be there. Because they freaking Immortal, whatever the name were, Fortune, they just whipped Pope. They just laid me out in the ring, and Flair took off his belt, and they just whipped a black man in the middle of the ring. All these white guys beating a black guy, and I'm with a strap. And so I'm thinking, okay, so the next thing you got to be the comeupping, against AJ Styles at Lockdown. So we get the Lockdown. The plan is, as Vince told me, that's your day, and then before the show, Dixie comes out, asks to talk to me. She comes and sits me down, and she goes, Pope, she says, I just wanted you to hear from me. Like we had so many, it was back and forth. It was 50-50, but we decided that now is not the right time. We're going to wait. Your day's still going to come, but figured tonight is not the right time. Now, personally, I looked at it as hey, it is what it is. I never got into politics. I never wanted to. Yeah, I just never did. But I always wanted my talent to speak for me, and that's all I had was my talent, my gift to gab, and that's going to speak for me. So Dixie said, "But don't worry, you're gonna get it, but we just don't want to pull the trigger right now." For me, it was all about the main event, which was I was main event one, but then you had the lockdown cage with Flair's team and Hogan's team, and I looked at it as not wanting to take the pop, the sizzle, the pyro and ballyhoo away from Hogan getting in that ring at the end. Okay, that's how I perceived it, especially after everything had happened. But it could have been that. It could have been, AJ not wanting to lose the title to me. I don't know on that end, but I do know this. The next night we went down to do the live Impact, which was on that Monday, and we went live. And I do know this. They took the title off of AJ Styles. I don't know whose decision that was. Could have been yours, could have been Jeff's. But y'all put the title on Rob Van freaking Dam. And my thing, as we're about to talk current, what makes sense is how do you not take the homegrown star and make him in that moment versus putting it on Rob Van Dam, who didn't need it?
You connect the dots, bro. First of all, and I could give a shit because this is the way things went down, and this was part of the problem that I had. Bro, Jeff was not involved at that time. It was me, Conway, and Eric Bischoff. That's who was meeting creatively, the three of us. Okay, bro? It was a unanimous decision that you were winning the title. Unanimous. No 50-50. I didn't. Me and Conway were 1,000% on board. We initiated it, bro. I didn't have to sell it too hard to Eric. Eric was on board. Okay, bro. Next thing I know, bro, and he did this a couple of times to me, and it pissed me off. And I understand friends and I understand loyalty, bro. But again, bro, don't bullshit me. I'm a freaking New Yorker. I know what's going on. Don't bullshit me. Unanimous, bro. I would not have made that phone call to you if it was not unanimous. Bro, it was Hogan. It was Hogan. Hogan did, Hulk doesn't think it's a good idea. That's what we would get from it. Here's what used to piss me off with Eric, because he did this. This happened to me a couple of times, bro. It happened to me with you. It happened to me once concerning Bret Hart. Eric would be 1,000% on board.
To Hogan.
And then he went to Hogan, and if Hulk didn't like it, all of a sudden Eric didn't like it. And I would sit there, bro, don't change your tune now, Eric, because you were 1,000% on board. Just say Hulk doesn't like it. Just say Hulk doesn't like it. But again, that was his buddy. He was always looking to protect Hulk. And at the end of the day, bro, I'm not going to lie to you, it was Hulk. So when you ask, why was the belt put on RVD? Bro, connect the dots, bro. Why was the belt not put on Pope at RVD? Connect the dots. Yeah. And there's Dixie, the owner of the company, listening to everything Hulk Hogan told. And where did that get her, bro? Yeah. And you would try to smarten her up, bro, but she was such a freaking smart. She was such a mark for Hogan, bro, that that's the truth, bro. That's the way it went down. The three of us, 1,000% on board. Eric was 1,000% on board, bro. Next thing we know, bro, Hulk doesn't think it's such a good idea.
God dang. Well, there you go, guys. And that's why hey, you know what? It is what it is, and it be what it be's. I
gotta say this, though, Pope. I got to be honest with you. And I want to know how you feel about this.
Talk to me, Daddy.
Knowing Hulk, see, bro, I always had an effed up relationship with Hulk because Eric was in the middle of it. And bro, let's be honest, man. The heat I have with Eric 25 years later, bro, I had something to do not only with Eric being released from WCW, because after 83 weeks, you know what happened to them once the Attitude Era kicked in. But then on top of that, bro, I'm hired as head of creative, which Eric used to do at W. So the guy had it out before me before he ever met me. I mean, and he still has it out for me to this day. And I gotta say this though, bro, and I wanna hear your take on it. And it's gonna get a little dicey.
Okay.
The one thing I always felt about Hogan was this. Bro, Hogan was all about making money.
Yep.
He was all about dollars and cents. And I really, really felt, bro, that if Hogan felt he could make money with you, he was going to be behind it. The Hulk I saw, bro, that decision to not go with you, but let's put the belt on RVD, bro, I got to be honest with you. I don't see color in that. I really don't, because I think Hulk was such a businessman, dollars and cents, that, you know, if he could make money against Zeus, remember Zeus?
Right.
I can make money with this guy. So take that out of it, bro, because I don't believe that was a part of it.
Oh, I don't. I'm not saying that.
Okay, I want to make that clear to people listening. I just want to make that clear. I don't know what his issue was. I don't know, because, bro, listen, I love Dixie. I love her to this day. But what she said to you, screw that, bro. That was the time. Yeah. That was the not there was no 50-50 back and forth, bro. That was the Booker time. Mm-hmm. That was the time. So, like, honestly, bro, I never, and I'm sorry this didn't happen. I never got to have that conversation with Hulk. I never got to ask him, bro, what is it, something you didn't see? Is it something you felt? I never got to ask him that question, but that's the way it went down.
I always correlated it and tied it to the fact that it was live on Monday, and they wanted to do, again, the shock of TV and the change of the title. But could you have imagined how many WWF fans would have tuned in when they heard that the former Elijah Burke was the TNA champion? Could you imagine the people that would have came to watch the show as a result? It's crazy, because just a couple of years later, or a year later or so, now I got Hogan basically calling out Eric Bischoff, cursing him out in front of me, because they're not presenting me the way that they talked about presenting me. I don't know if you were still there at the time, but he said, "Go get Eric right now, brother." And I don't know if somebody go get Eric. And he gets Eric in front of me, and he's like, "What the F is this? It's not what we discussed." And it's like, I want Pope. We got to get Pope over. Could have been working me. I don't know. I don't have many problems, but with Hulk, but he could have been working.
Just so you know, bro, the same exact scenario. I don't know if you know this or not. The same exact scenario went down with Bobby Roode. Same exact scenario, bro. Same thing. Unanimously, Bobby was beating Kurt for the title. Kurt couldn't wait to put Bobby over.
Yep.
Bobby's family was coming out, bro. Bro, I was out to dinner that night with Bobby Roode. And Hulk, at the production meeting that day, the day of, at that promotion. This doesn't feel right, brother. Sitting next to Dixie. And Conway and I left that meeting like, are you effing kidding me? Same exact. That's why I know it wasn't a race thing, bro. Like, I know that. And I want people to know that, because I've heard that.
Yeah.
I don't believe that. But bro, the same exact scenario with Bobby Roode.
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world. All right, well, Vince, you left TNA. You got fed up, man. Because our time is, I know your time is valuable, as is folks for sure, and I know you got a lot. But we got to get through this final segment here, but I can't go forward with asking you. You left TNA, kind of pretty much left the wrestling business, as you talked about. Cool thing, not just a cool thing, but a great thing happened, and that was you becoming one with your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, yours, and as I did with mine, because it's personal, right? But Vince, why isn't Vince involved today? Because there's a lot of things that are going on, and I know Vince is heavily on the Vince Russo brand, doing this, giving plenty of critique or whatnot, and that's what I want to ask. We don't have a Vince Russo writing per se today for a major company, but Vince, what is it that you don't like per se about what we're witnessing right now? Now, WWE, they are, they've covered a lot of ground. I keep up with the stock, man. I have stock in WWE as well, so I keep up with it. But they've covered some ground, Vince. But it don't seem like we're ever going to get wrestling as it was presented back during the Wrestling War era, even though fans want that, or they clamor for it. But do you think that's even possible today?
It's impossible, bro. Pope, you got to understand one thing first and foremost. This is before I ever got into wrestling, and this is after wrestling. Okay, bro. First and foremost, I'm a huge fan of television. A huge fan of television, bro. Going back to when I was a kid, a huge fan of television. WWE, AEW, today's wrestling, at the end of the day, it is not good television. And it does not warrant me watching it. There are no good, interesting characters. There are no storylines whatsoever. It is just not a good television show. As a business, are they making money hand over fist? Absolutely, and good for them. The Saudi deal, bro.
Right.
The streaming services. I mean, yes, bro. The WrestleMania, they are making money hand over fist. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, as a television fan, this is not a good television show. And I got to tell you something, Pope. I say this all the time. I don't think it would bother me so much if they changed the name. Call it whatever, bro. Call it, artistic, whatever. It's not. This is not professional wrestling. What you're putting on TV, what I'm saying, this is not professional wrestling. And that's the thing with me. I get upset because you're calling it pro wrestling. Bro, I've been watching pro wrestling since the 70s. This is not pro wrestling. This is a hybrid of pro wrestling. But like I said, Pope, and again, bro, you've got look at who's running these companies. You got wrestlers at the WWE, Triple H. You got wrestlers booking. Bro, Triple H could be a 37-time champion. He's not a writer. There's a difference between booking a show and being a writer. There is a huge difference. Triple H is booking a show. Then you got Tony Khan, who was influenced by Dave Meltzer. Okay.
Hold on. Explain to the audience the difference between a booker and a writer.
So, it's real simple, bro. It is real simple. A writer writes the story. So the story takes place. You find two interesting characters. The story takes place, and that leads into the match. Here's where wrestlers start. This is where a wrestler starts. What's the best match? So they'll start with the match, and then they'll try to get a story out of it. That's the difference, bro. What's the best match compared to what's the best story? As a television viewer, bro, I'm watching a television show because of the story. That's why I'm watching a television show. So wrestlers, bro, I don't care who I don't care if it's when Double J was doing it. I don't care if it was Dusty. I don't care if it was Hunter. It's always match first, and then let's try to make sense out of a story. No, bro, you've got to start with a strong story first. There are no longer stories in wrestling. Everybody is a wrestler, Pope. There is no reason to care about these people.
Except Tony Khan.
Yeah, except Tony Khan. And it's just like I said, bro, to me, a viewer of television for 55, 60 years, it is just not good television.
What would you change then about, say for instance, Tony Khan finally gave, because you were saying that he's influenced by Meltzer. A lot of people will agree with that. What would you change then about AEW? Like, given the opportunity, not saying that you would take it, okay, but say Tony Khan says, okay, we have to change. We got to do something. I'm going to bring in some writers, and I'm one of those writers that I'm going to bring in to lead these writers. I'm going to bring in Vince Russo. He was a fan of those eras. Obviously, he knows what you've done, and what he knows your success. He knows the things that he didn't like. But if Tony Khan says, Vince, come over, let's do a trial run for 6 months or a year, whatever the case, does Vince go, and what does Vince change?
Bro, the first thing you got to change is, I swear to God, Pope, on my network, russosbrand.com, I review the Attitude Era show every 2 weeks. So, bro, I just saw the episode where Vince booked Undertaker and Kane against Mankind, The Rock, and Ken Shamrock. Bro, the night before, Ken Shamrock, The Rock, and Mick had a three-way. So there's heat between the three of them.
Wow.
Bro, here I am, 63 years old, Pope. I watched that match. Bro, I'm believing everything I see. Like, I'm believing everything I see. I'm 63 years old. I've seen it all. I put on today's wrestling, bro. I don't believe anything. Let's start there. I mean, Pope, I said this all the time, bro. If I was to run a wrestling school, here's the first thing I would do. All the trainees there, bro, let's line them up in a row. You come into the ring, bro. Okay? I am going to have another wrestler. I'm going to have another wrestler. I'm going to have them legitimately super kick you in the face. You're going to stand there. I'm going to stand there and count and see how quickly you get up from that. Let's start there, bro. When you've got 20 super kicks in a ring, when you got guys kicking out after being pile driven from the second rope, I don't believe anything I see. And bro, as a casual fan, I'm a casual fan, bro. Casual fans are watching that. They're not believing what they're seeing. So it's bullshit to them, bro. Let's start with make me believe what I'm seeing is real, bro.
Straight to the point, to the root of the problem. And 100, Vince, you're not wrong in that. Anybody that has something to say about that? Somebody was on Twitter. No one calls it X. Who cares? But on Twitter, and they were saying, as I put out the hashtag Ask Russo, which we're about to go into before we wrap this up, Vince, if that's okay. But they were saying that they want Vince Russo to stop with the tribalism. And I said, what do you mean?
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
Making wrestlers choose sides. And I don't think you've done that. And he didn't mean, whoever it was didn't understand that word either, because they used it out of context.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, he just always bashing the company. Just enjoy wrestling. He's always speaking negative. I said, well, if a guy goes out and have 10 bad matches, do someone not go to them and say after each performance, this is how you can make it better? Or do they just say, it's wrestling, and just accept it? That is kind of what's going on with wrestling today. It's just wrestling, so just enjoy it. No, you love wrestling, you want it to prosper and make sense.
Pope, I am an avid, my father, New York, my father grew up a New York Giants fan. So I grew up a San Francisco Giants fan my whole entire life. Bro, when the Giants blow a game and when the Giants suck, I go off on them, bro. I've been a fan of theirs for 55 years. I go off on that. I'm no different with professional wrestling. When I see something that sucks, I'm going to tell you I think that sucks. It has nothing to, he buries this, he buries. No, I say this all the time, Pope. If it's good, I'll say it's good. If it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. A lot of this stuff is bad, bro. How can it be good when they're supposed to suspend my disbelief and they're not? I know it's fake. How can I possibly put that over? So it has nothing to do with me wanting to go out of my way to bury professional wrestling. Bro, when I watch a bad television show or a bad movie, I will say it's bad. Even if my most favorite actor in the world is in it, right. If I think it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad.
Who goes to a movie and watch a movie and don't like it, but go, enjoy it, it's a movie?
Oh, yeah, exactly, bro. Come on, right. Man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got about 5 minutes to get through this. Let's, because you talk, I talk, and we love. And let me tell you something, guys. I hope you appreciate this, because this is absolutely Vince freaking Russo, and I just love it. I love it. So we're going to go into our Ask Russo part before we discontinue our spirited conversation. Sonic Wolves over on Twitter, the Sonic Wolves, asked this question, Vince. What was Vince Russo's favorite booking moment that he finally remember and enjoy? What's one of your favorite?
My favorite was, bro, and I don't think you'll ever see anything like this again. My favorite was when Rock joined the corporation.
Wow.
Because, bro, that was laid out like 3 months prior. Like we told that story and we dropped so many hints and nobody saw that coming. I think, bro, that was, the most perfectly written angle. You'll never see anything. Bro, when you've got 20 writers involved, you'll never see anything like that again. It's too precise. It's got to be precision. You'll never see nothing like that again.
Okay, Sartorius over on Twitter said, any fresh wrestling talent that has caught your attention as of late? Any talent wrestling currently that has caught your attention?
Bro, there's a lot. I mean, there are a lot of people I like. I think they're being misused. You know, bro, I gotta always say this because, you know, I think this was such a missed opportunity. Out of all the people, bro, I wish I could have worked with. Freaking Bray Wyatt was just on another level, man. Yeah. He was just on another
character.
Yeah, and what the problem was, bro, was nobody was up to his level. So they drug him down, creative drug him down rather than matched his vision and what he wanted to do. Oh my God, bro. I would have given anything to work with that guy.
You would have freaking had a field day. I'm just sitting here imagining that. Vince Russo with the Bray Wyatt stuff.
I got to exchange a couple of DMs with him, which was really, really cool. But man, bro, what a missed opportunity.
Wow. All right, two more. The Jinx over on Twitter, now known as X, of course. What was your end goal with WCW? If they weren't brought out, where was it all going?
I wanted to beat WWE, take it back. I wanted to take back the crown. And bro, we had a game plan. In the first 3 months, we put that game plan into play where we had to tear the building down and build a new one. I told WCW how long it was going to take. I mean, I gave them my whole plan. And bro, regardless of what anybody says, Pope, the first 3 months that Ed and I were at WCW before the politics kicked in, bro, the ratings are out there. You can check the ratings. You can do the math. The first 3 months that we were there, bro, when we were tearing down the building and putting up the new one, the ratings were up. Everybody would love to tell you Vince Russo was a failure at the. How was I a failure, bro? When you look at the numbers, we were doing exactly what we set out to do the first 3 months before the politics came, before the politics came into play, and the rest is history.
It's the football on the field thing again. The people rush the field and they start chanting Vince. Right. I don't personally at this point, for me, as someone who respects you, Vince, and have worked with you, you don't have to prove nothing. And I mean, like you said, it is out there. Right. You shouldn't even have to worry about addressing these people, because if they wanted to know the facts, they'd go research it themselves. Lastly, last question. You, Eric Bischoff, Hogan, Jim Cornette are on the island. Who do you throw off the island? Who do you? I don't even want to say cook because you got to survive. But what happens, Vince? You, Hogan, Flair, and Jim. Not Flair. You, Hogan, Bischoff, and Jim Cornette.
That's an easy one. Okay. That's an easy one. Jim Cornette gets thrown in the water. He's unreasonable, bro. I've offered the olive branch so many times. I don't have any heat with Jim Cornette whatsoever. Unfortunately, bro, I've become a part of his act. I've become a part of his folklore. Bash Vince Russo has become part of his gimmick. I have offered many times to debate him, have a conversation with him. Bro, I even said, Pope, I even offered, bro, let's have a one-on-one conversation. Let's put it on PPL. All the money we raise goes to the Cauliflower Alley Club. Yeah. All the money goes to the veterans. Let's do that. Nope. So he's just unreasonable. He is gonna piss on my grave if I go before him, like he says. I'm not even gonna deal with somebody like that.
I believe he'd actually do it. He'll probably film it.
Yeah, he probably, yeah, right. I always say, bro, I would have had a very, 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 very good relationship with Hulk Hogan if Eric Bischoff was not in the middle of it. If it was just me and Hulk one-on-one, I don't think there ever would have been any issues. I've got no ill will towards Hulk Hogan at all. At all. Zero. Bro, Eric And I put Eric over a lot on my podcast. Eric still likes to take pop shots at me, and that's okay. Bro, the bottom line is with Eric, on 2 occasions, man, we were forced to work together. And bro, our personalities were oil and water. It's that simple. I am the kind of guy, I like to get in the trenches. I like to get my hands dirty. I don't like being in charge of people. I don't like being the boss. Power is not important to me. And Eric's the opposite of that. Power is important to Eric. You know, being in charge of things is important to Eric. Being the boss is important to Eric. We are just 2 totally different people that just really weren't meant to work together, bro, because we have different philosophies, different thoughts, different ideas, and I totally get and understand that. So that's literally my assessment of those 3.
All right. So, Vince, we got Axe Russo out the way, and now we're finna go home. We're taking it home, guys. And before we do, Vince Russo, if you can just entertain me with 1 word rapid fire reactions to the names I'm going to list, we're done, baby. We're going home.
Let's go.
All right. 1 word rapid fire. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Greatest.
Kurt Angle.
Friend.
Hulk Hogan.
Businessman.
Sting.
Christian.
Triple H.
See, that's tough because to me there's 2 Triple H's.
Do both.
You know what? Good-hearted.
All right, fair. John Cena.
See, that's another guy I wished I would have had the opportunity to work. You know what? Star. John Cena is a star. Whether it's wrestling, movies, he's a star. John Cena is a bona fide star.
Ric Flair.
Sad.
Bro.
Bret Hart is a legend.
The Rock.
Oh wow. I got to go more than 1 word. I got to go larger than life.
All right. 3 more. Shawn Michaels.
Bro, do you know that I've said on the record, of all the wrestlers I ever had the opportunity to work with, if you're talking all around, Shawn Michaels was the best.
I agree. Yeah. In ring.
All around.
All around.
If you put every facet of the game, he was the best. He was the best.
Goldberg.
Hard-headed, man.
Undertaker.
Oh, leader.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh man. Hard worker.
And lastly, Vince Russo.
I thought you were going to say the Pope because I was going to say charisma out the ass. 3 words. Charisma. 4. Charisma out the ass. 4 words for the Pope.
Vince Russo.
Vince Russo is honest.
All right. And you know what, Vince? I appreciate your honesty. And I thank you for taking the time, man, you didn't have to do this. And yeah, we go back. We got some history under our belts. And 15 years, brother. Good Lord, 15, 16 going on. So we got some time, and I appreciate you for taking the time, Vince, making this opportunity available for yours truly. And I last thing before I do let you go, because I want you to plug your social, plug your podcast, and all the other good stuff. You recently reviewed Carneyland, NWA Carneyland.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, now Polo Del Mar, which is my co-host, wanted me, and I don't want him to, say you forgot to ask. But what did you think of Polo Del Mar? Do you remember Polo Del Mar on that show? That's the one that could have had a big blonde wig or a big blue wig, kind of talks like this,
Oh, Pope, you know what? To be honest with you, see, again, this is where I talk about television. After I watched the second episode, they lost me. So I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it beyond the second episode.
Really? Okay. So you don't even remember the pop-up heads?
Yeah, no. I only watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh man, did you ever talk about that thing that they did with the snort of the cocaine? Did you ever mention that at any point?
Was that in the first two episodes?
Oh, at the pay-per-view that the Sinister Minister.
Oh, yeah. I think I talked about that. I think we talked about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, god dang. Hey guys, this has been Pope Sit Down interview series. Of course, I am with the legendary creative head of multiple companies, the resurgence of professional wrestling to an extent, the guy that is single-handedly responsible, and you don't get the credit for it. Not single-handedly, but certainly partially responsible for yours truly, the Pope. Without Vince Russo saying, bro, you're going to be the Pope, there would possibly be no Pope. So I thank you, Vince Russo. Then I thank you now. Is there anything that you would like to share with the listening audience, the viewing audience, because this will be on YouTube at some point, but anything you want to share, Vince?
Yeah, I just want to say 2 things. First of all, Pope, I swear, guys, listen, I don't do interviews. I turn down every interview. I don't want anybody coming to me now and saying, but Vince, you did the Pope. Yeah, bro, because it's the Pope. It's the Pope, bro. Don't be coming to me now saying, "Oh, Vince, you say you do know what." It's the Pope. This is the Pope, bro.
Appreciate
the
that,
Pope.
Man.
The Pope speaks, bro. I answer. So I don't want to hear any of that. The only other thing, bro, I just want to, man, if you want to find out anything I do, man, bro, we podcast every single day, and I it's beautiful, bro. I get to podcast with my friends. The good people of the wrestling. And I can't even believe Disco. I refer to Disco Inferno as one of the good people. I can't even believe that, Pope. The Disco and that louse. He's a louse. He really is a louse.
What up, Disco?
Well, yeah, come to think of it. But yeah, bro, I got Disco on there. I've got, bro, you owe me one now. You're coming on the Stevie Ray show.
For sure.
Oh, bro, we will have a blast. But, Stevie Richards, bro, EC3, Al Snow. Just check it out, man. russosbrand.com.
There you guys have it. And Vince, with that being said, it is now that time. You say what time?
What time?
It's time for us to turn ship and set sail in the opposite direction. So for the deacon to the God and light, Alicon Khan Man House, for the manager of champions, him and herself, Polo Del Mar, I am your host of hosts, your God and light, your paragon of virtue, your former NWA World Television Champion, the Pope, Elijah Burke, saying, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and always remember, if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you.